All right, guys, check this out. I'm going to talk to you about this story that I read, and a lot of this is going to, it speaks to everything I speak to you guys about supplements, medications, and this mentality that when I have an issue, I'm going to go try and add something to the system and get something, medication or supplement or potion or powders or pills, in order to add to the system to try to get rid of the situation, when all you really have to do is get to what's causing the issue and not work on the symptoms. So psoriasis is a skin condition that's caused by diet, 100%. But what we do is we don't fix the diet. We go get creams and topical ointments and medications and stuff in order to fix the issue. So what's going to happen is this is going to cause even more problems to the system. And I'm going to prove that to you with this story. So here's the story. Scary conditions sufferers say traps you in your own hapless. Now sorry about all the ads, but that's just the way this Google site is going to do it. But so this woman was turning red, 38-year-old mother of two. She's been on topical steroids for psoriasis, and she quit them after many years, I think 13 or 14 years of using topical steroids. So it says in the story here, okay, roughly 10% of U.S. population, about 31 million people, live with some sort of eczema and chronic inflammatory skin condition in the country. Okay, that's like psoriasis, all this dry skin. See all this right here, dry skin. She was diagnosed as a child when patches of itchy, red, and irritated skin bloomed behind her knees and in the crooks of her arms. Now, at that time when she was a child, the doctor should have said, get the kid off of dairy and get the kid off of eggs and wheat. And that would have cleared up the psoriasis, but that's not what they did. They put her on a topical cream when she was young. So she managed this with moisturizers and hydrocortisone cream until she became a preteen, when the onset of puberty and hormonal fluctuations that came with it caused her eczema to grow worse. Of course it went worse because the hormones are going to make it worse, but still not getting to the root cause of the issue. So there's a lot of bullying around the skin conditions, obviously. So she felt terrible. So she went to the doctor. She went to the dermatologist. They prescribed her a topical corticosteroid, and the effects were almost instant. Now, the effects were almost instant. She got relief originally, which is what always happens with these powerful medications and powerful supplements. At first, you're going to feel some relief, but I tell you guys all the time, and I've had clients come to me and I say, you got to cut this food out in order to get rid of this issue that you have. And they'll say, well, I've been eating that food for years. Why is it causing me an issue now? Because it just took that long to build up the toxicity level that you have in your system. The body can withhandle a lot of abuse. So when people say, well, I can't believe that it could be that, I have a friend of mine that has dry skin on his hands. Yes, psoriasis all over his hands, cracked hands. I told him to get rid of the dairy. He got rid of the dairy and it went away. Like, it's very simple, but you got to treat the cause. Doctors are not going to treat the cause. So she went to a dermatologist and they prescribed her a topical corticosteroid, and the effects were almost instant. Did she get relief at first? Of course she did, but she ain't going to have relief forever. So it says in here, they're considered generally safe. 91% of people affected by the condition has used them. That means almost everyone has tried these skin topical creams, right? Generally considered safe for short periods. The body can build up a tolerance to steroids over time, requiring stronger doses to clear the skin. Why? Because it's a chemical. You're not going to build up a tolerance to bananas. You're not going to build up a tolerance to broccoli, but you will to chemicals. And that matters if it's in medications or if it's in supplement form. So now when her eczema would flare, doctors kept upping her prescription, right? Because that's what doctors do. They don't say, well, wait a minute, let's try to find something else to figure out this. No, we'll just keep writing that script because that's what we do. She spent 10 years on the heavy duty cream. And here's my main point. And developed new allergies along the way, including fish and latex. That's just what we know about. And I talk to you guys about this all the time. let's say you have migraines and then you're going to go take this supplement or medication for it. Yeah, it may give you temporary relief at first, but what other problems is it going to cause you? What other side effects are you going to have? What other issues are you going to have on top of the original issue? Which is why you need to get to the root cause of the issue and not pile medications and supplements and pills on top of your condition. Get to the root cause of your condition. So now she says, I know steroids can thin the skin, and her idea was maybe the environment was getting to the bloodstream, and that's why she was becoming hyperactive. No, that's not why. She was getting to the point where I put my head in my purse and it would come out with hives. Okay. Now, she said her general practitioner dismissed her concerns. We see this all the time with doctors, dude. They don't care. They just want to write the flipping script. And insisting she'd have to use topical steroids for the rest of her life in order to keep her eczema at bay. But a pharmacy tech at Costco flagged the dose. And he said, hey, be careful that you're not overusing this. Because the pharmacist's like, wow, man, they just keep upping this dose. Like they're not getting to the cause of this issue. And you could have other problems with being on this medication for a long time. So the label warned that against using the cream longer than 2 weeks. And if you look at anything like hydrocortisone, or you look at all the creams that you can, pain relief creams that you can find over the counter, they will all say do not use this longer than 2 weeks, because they know anytime you're putting a steroid in your body, I don't care if you're taking a steroid pill, if you're taking prednisone every day for inflammatory condition, if you have lupus or you have other inflammatory issues, you're taking prednisone every day, or you're putting prednisone every day, or other corticosteroids on your skin every day, you're going to have problems down the road, because the skin is the biggest organ in the body. It's absorbing those chemicals right into your bloodstream, man. So you're not supposed to use it more than 2 weeks. But most doctors feel like this is perfectly safe to use forever. Why? Because they want to keep writing the script, bro. That's all they care about. Supplement companies want to keep selling you supplements month after month after month. And the doctor wants to keep writing you a script month after month after month. So now check this out. She kept researching. And after she discovered that while these steroids are intended to reduce inflammation, they can sometimes provoke hypersensitivity response, triggering worsening allergic reactions. They can actually, over time, worsen your condition. And this happens with supplements all the time. People take a supplement and they're like, oh, I feel a little bit better. And then 6 months, 8 months down the road, they got a weird thing happening, a twitch in their eye or twitch in their face or something, and they don't know where that's from. That's from toxicity of using supplements and medication. Now, check this out. So she gets off this, okay? She quit the steroids entirely. Within 36 hours, her skin went haywire, of course, because now she doesn't have any protection. But she still hasn't fixed the issue. She got rid of the steroids that were causing hyperactivity, but her eczema is still there. And now it's even worse because you don't have anything blunting the pain and the discomfort from it. Now it's even worse for you, right? Because you still haven't got to the original cause of the eczema, which was dairy and eggs. I guarantee it. So what does she do? She checked all the boxes for all the symptoms that were happening because of this toxicity, right? So finally she gets off of it, right? And then she loses 40 pounds. Doctors ran tests, came up empty. She didn't have any of the problems with the eczema, and the eczema started going on. She rebounded. Family members urged her to go back on the medication, but she refused. Okay, now what did she do? She lost 40 pounds. Doctors ran tests and came up empty. One physician searched the internet for information during an appointment. No one really knows what's going on. Adding that many patients with this condition, hypersensitivity, get dismissed by doctors who mistake their symptoms as severe. So they just say, well, you don't have a mild case. Now you have a severe case. Nothing we can do is just keep giving you and prescribe more topical steroids. So they urge her to go on the medication. Family members urged her to go back on medication. She did not. On a gut level, you know the thing that was slowly poisoning you. She said, why would you go back? Exactly. If you keep taking something and you're not getting relief, stop taking. This is why I tell you guys all the time. If you want to get to the root cause of your issue, stop taking everything you're taking. Stop taking all medications. Stop taking all supplements. Get back to a base diet where you're eating fruits, vegetables, and staying away from things that will cause some type of reaction in your body. And so what's happening is you are going to find out that if you just get yourself back to a basic diet of things that we know that don't cause issues, fruits, vegetables, and those type of things, rice, white rice, and sweet potatoes. I mean, if you get back to those very basic things, you're not going to have any issues, and you'll find that your condition is going to improve on its own. So she worsened her condition by piling things on top of issues. Don't do this. If you have an issue, strip things away. I tell you guys all the time, your first response should be removal of anything that's not natural in your diet or in your food list or things that you're consuming. So remove everything that's not natural. And I don't care if it's a natural supplement you're taking. They say it's all natural. That's a bunch of BS. It can cause problems in the system. That's my tip for you today. You just saw a fantastic story that proves my point I've been talking about all the time. So that's my tip for you guys today, man. Do not go with these medications and these steroids and all these things and these supplements. They are very, very dangerous because they are not natural. They are a chemical at its root cause. If you take a food like broccoli and you want to take out the most positive thing of the broccoli, like DIM. So if you want to take that out and put it into a pill form and now put it in your body doesn't recognize it because it recognizes it coming in the form of broccoli. It does not recognize it coming in the form of a pill form. So that could potentially cause you problems. And it causes a lot of people problems. And when I work with people, you strip them away and get rid of their medications, get rid of their supplements, things start to improve on their own without these medications. So that's my tip for you guys today. Hope you enjoyed watching. I know it was a long video, but thanks for watching anyways, and we will see you soon.